Hi everyone, Artie Tambarambaa, also known as Tammy Porter. Thanks for stopping by my YouTube channel today. And today I've got my first play with the amazing new Art by Marlene October release. So I'll go through what I used. I've used the handy size new butterfly journal, and I've used the collector's book, the new Golden Oldie collector book. I've also used one of the Collage paper books and the sticky quote books. I've used the awesome new paper elements, Child's Play, and of course brushes, and I used a little stencil from last year's Advent, and I used some gel medium and a black and white marker, a purple marker, and the silicone spatula. I use that to put the gel medium on, and then lots of paint colours as well, and I sort of went for the yellows, pinks and orange and purple theme. So I've linked all the products in the description so you can go and find all the codes and things like that. Okay, so the first thing I did was grab out some papers, and this is from the collector's book, the Golden Oldie collector's book, and I really loved that pink and purple sort of scallopy and pink and orange, I should say, paper. And when I tore it out and turned the other side over, I'm like, oh my god, that's one of my favourite papers, and I didn't want to completely ruin it, so I have just torn off two sections that I don't think I'm going to use of the other side. The section that I knew I wanted to use, I have kept whole. So I've got those two sections, and this is one of my favourite ways to play, is to grab some of Marlene's amazing paper, whether it be collage or the thicker paper, and add it to my background, as it gives me that first place to start. Because I guess what I have to say is, when I get the new release, and this one is incredible, you know, what do I play with? There's so much to play with, and I can get overwhelmed and overthink it, and, you know, want to do all the things. So using a sheet of her paper sort of gives me a focus of what colours to use and where I'm going to go. So it's very handy. So I've stuck down using gel medium, those two bits of paper, and then I've come in with yellow, which was the cheesy paint, because the yellow gets covered up really easily because it's translucent. So I always put that down first and then try really hard not to cover that all up. And then I've come in with orange, which is hot curry, and that hot pink, which is beautiful, is Kissy. And I've painted it on in sections, and then I have also come in with a little stencil that was in last year's Advent calendar, and then pulled the paint through that stencil just to leave a little bit of mark making behind. And really all I'm doing here is playing and layering and trying to hide the paper so it looks like you can't tell where the paper begins and ends, but it just, as I said, gives me that place to get started when I'm feeling a bit overwhelmed. So I've also added a little bit of white paint as well, and I just keep layering it up, adding some of the punk, which is the neon purple, just in little spots, and just until I'm happy with the background. And straight away I knew I wanted to use that baby in the pot, because I just thought that was so cute. And as this is the first page in my new art journal, I was thinking about growth, and, you know, so I thought I'd start with a baby and in a pot growing, and I'll see at the end where I have got to. So he's really cute, well, she's really cute, and she's got little flowers with her. So I straight away grabbed a couple of the collage papers from one of the new collage books and just cut out that they're sort of just on the edge, so you can't see the whole flower, but that's okay because they're going to look like they're hanging off of the art journal page. And I cut a leaf, a yellow leaf as well, from one of the sheets. So I think I actually used 3 sheets, but I've just used a tiny bit of each one. Okay, so I'm sticking them all down with gel medium, which is magic for sticking collage paper down. And I make sure I put some on my background and then over the top to seal it as well. And I've also stuck my little baby down, and how cute is that looking? I love the little pop in the corner of flowers. And So now it's time to add detail. So one of the flowers, the one on the bottom, the pink one, actually has a border outline, like a pen border that Marlene's done. So I just decided to continue that with the other flowers and leaves. So I've just gone around in a fine pen and just loosely scribbled around the edges, and that kind of ties it all together. And then because I've added some black with that pen work, I just want to bring black into the whole page as well. So I border it just with some paint around, using my finger, just spreading it around the border, and I do add a tiny bit into my background. So this is a really good place with the black to, you don't want to overpower it, but you do want to add a little sneak, so it just doesn't look like a border, it actually all ties together. And it's a really great way if you have an area that perhaps is a bit muddy that you don't like, just pop a little bit of black there and wipe some off through the stencil, and it will really hide your imperfections. So that's what I did. And then I just added a few more little mark makings. And then I grabbed out the Sticky Quotes book and hunted for some quotes. And as I said, this is the first one in my book. So I went with Humble Beginnings and another one that says the best is yet to come. And I thought the yellow was perfect. I haven't used the yellow quotes very much, so I thought they'd be perfect. And I guess the other thing, some of you know that I'm trying really hard to put more orange into my work. So as this is the first page of my journal and I'm starting it as I would like to continue, I thought there needed to be quite a bit of orange on this page. Okay, so I really just have done some scribbles around the quotes, and then I'm just using the marker pen in the purple just to oomph up those flowers a little bit, add an extra sort of layer. I do the same with some neon paints just to give it a bit more of an oomph. And I guess in the video here you can see it's more true to colour. When I've tried photographing it, I just was having trouble getting the purples and the pinks and the oranges right. So they're not quite right. It's probably more accurate in the video as to when you go through the close-ups. But I have also used the white marker to do some highlights on the flowers and add a few white bits into the background, because the background is actually quite busy. So I just wanted to add some whites in there just to pop it up a little bit. And then I just covered up the main parts of the page and just added some black splats to tie that black back in as well. So there you have it. That's my first play with the amazing new release. I'll have lots more coming, so keep watching this space. But yeah, thanks for being here. As always, I would love to hear from you and know that you stopped by. Okay, bye.